No, for Laura.
Welcome to Notary Insights Live with Tech Amaku and Tiger Toledo. The show will be starting shortly. Thank you for your patience. Welcome to Notary Insights Live with Tech Amaku and Tiger Toledo. The show will be starting shortly. Thank you for your patience.
Peace, peace, peace. This is your international sales and marketing hitman, your humble hip hop sales coach, Tiger Toledo, and you already know what it is, man. You rocking with the best. You heard? What's up, Tech?
What's buzzing, cousin?
Chilling, man. Chilling on this Wednesday, man. How's the weather out there in Oakland, California?
Oh, it's a steamy 72 degrees, man.
Mm. We got hit with 2 thunderstorms here in Chicago, back to back. It's knocking down wiring, all kind of weird stuff, man. So, but it was much needed because we had like a heat wave, about 93 up to like about 100 for like a few days. So the rain was much appreciated.
Yeah, it washes away all the urine in the streets too, don't it?
Yeah, right. Hey, Tech, today we got a great show today, man. We're switching it up on the Notary Insights Live. We have a very special guest. Her name, she goes by the name Teresa Browne-Parris, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she has this thing. Let me read off. Matter of fact, let's bring her on. Let's bring her on.
Yeah, y'all don't know about
Add her
Teresa.
to the stage. Bring Teresa to the stage.
Yeah, why wait, man? Don't make people wait.
Hey, Teresa.
Hey guys, how we doing in the Notary streets?
Welcome, Teresa, to the Notary Inside Show, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it deserves a second applause on that. So, Teresa, for the people that have never met you or heard about you, give them an intro about yourself.
So, hey guys, hi, welcome. I'm Teresa Bowne-Parris. I am from a very small island in the Caribbean called Nevis. It's a population of no more than 10,000. I came here by way of Connecticut, so now I'm in Pennsylvania. A little about me is that I am a single mom of one 20-year-old daughter, Caitlin. She's going to be 21 years old this year. And she's going to wait in the fall for the fall semester, so she'll be turning 21 in Greece. And so here I am. I'm here in Pennsylvania. I'm a notary public commissioned in New Jersey and Connecticut. Connecticut, my homeland. And here we are with Notary today and the guys here at Notary Inside Show, Tech and Toledo.
Yeah, I love it.
Tiger, don't you need a notary out in New Jersey?
That's right. That's right, Teresa. We need a notary out in. Let me see if you're near this area. You can let me know, or maybe you might know somebody in that
Trust
area.
me, but if I would know somebody for sure. If it's not in my area, I would know somebody.
It's definitely in New Jersey. It's for tomorrow.
Really? Okay, I can get you connected.
Can I start by asking you while Tiger's looking that up?
Okay.
Teresa, what's your philosophy on business?
My philosophy first, I became a notary back in 2014 when I moved from Connecticut to Pennsylvania, and I had to get my daughter registered for school. Where I live in Montgomery County, in order to be in school, if you don't own property, is that you have to file what is called a residential affidavit. So we don't have schools from another zip code. We don't have students from another zip code coming into a particular zip code that you don't belong. So I found it difficult finding a notary between after 9 to 5, after the 9 to 5 hours. It was difficult to find a notary. When I did find one, we had to really juggle the time. And I said, if I am experiencing this problem, imagine how many other moms or parents are out there experiencing the same problem. So I looked into becoming a notary public, and that's when I decided to become a notary public so I can service the parents of Montgomery County Colonial School District and helping them get their students registered for school. So being a notary public has always been about community service for me then, and it's still even more so today, especially supporting and being a space for other notaries who are in the field.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it sounds like your philosophy just had to be about access.
Yes.
Okay.
And being that resource for other notaries.
As soon as you found out how hard it is to find a notary yourself, you realize
exactly.
these
Yes.
people. Imagine how many people are experiencing the same problem and how many notaries are missing out on operating a business. So let me show them how it's done.
Yes, even though some notaries seem to think that the market is saturated, it really isn't, because you would want to be able to offer the service that you do as a notary and have it available for others during a time when others may be sleeping or not available. And having that 24-hour access to someone, at any time of the day, any given time, there is someone working, and then there's someone off enjoying the day off. And be able to fit that medium, you want to be able to provide that service for others. Back in 2019, myself and a friend came. I learned of the Notary Public Day back in 2019. 2014 to 2019, I never knew of such a thing as a Notary Public Day. I learned of it in 2019, and then when I looked around in Pennsylvania, I'm like, so how are we celebrating notaries? How are we letting people know that notaries do exist, what we do, and how we do what we do? There was nothing. So I decided, no, me being who I am, the community connector that I am, if it's to be, then it's up to me. So that's when we started out with Notary Today. And then we all knew what happened in 2019 when everything had to close down. So of course, we couldn't proceed with our first conference then. We had it then in 2022, and then we've been having it ever since. And this year is I'm looking forward to having it again, our fourth conference, and welcoming notaries from Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Delaware, and Connecticut.
Nice. Very nice. So let me ask you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just thinking, I was like, Notary Day or Notary. All right, you made that clear. Notary Today, because I was thinking about
Notary Today.
You created a holiday for notaries.
We need one. Yes, working on it.
Now you said that Notary Today is a global thing. Like, explain how did you get into that?
Well, me being from the Caribbean, everything to me, I think of it as an international spin. How can I get my community who are immigrants involved and benefit while also being that space for here where I'm in the US?
Yes.
So back in my country, I know that there are notaries, but our notaries back in the Caribbean are different. They all have to be attorneys before one can be a notary. So I figure that we can learn from each other and network and benefit from each other. And so we started the first, what is called the Global Notaries Convene last year on Notary Public Day, whereby we hosted notaries who are attorneys from the Caribbean, from the UK, and from Canada. And this year we're looking forward to the second Global Convene. I believe, and I really I'm an eager in history and connecting. And I believe, and I'm a strong believer that connecting others, especially what we do in the global space, communications, authentication, we can connect with other notaries internationally and be a resource for them here in the United States. Likewise, they can be for us in their native land.
I enjoy it. I have a really good question for you, right?
Okay.
So you have the notary resources, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which includes a support hotline and a risk management guide. My question to you is, what's the number one mistake you've seen notaries make in this industry?
An overextension of the services that they provide when they become a notary. Notaries today are being taught, and they're eager to also have different streams of income. But when you are a notary and someone is reaching out to you for notary services, they're looking for notary services and you to be able to provide that for them. Because we're being introduced to different streams of income as a notary, we may not have the means or the availability to service someone when they need a particular service. So if we can just, I'm trying to get to a space where notaries can focus more on honing their skills as a notary, and then maybe they can add additional services. But then don't extend it too much, like being a field inspector, offering apostille services, which is authentication services. That matches well with notarization, especially when it comes to international documents. But at the same time, how are you going to provide a notary service if you're out in the field conducting a field inspection? So allowing ourselves more time to hone those skills before adding additional services, I think would be great for them.
Okay, so you say that they're not specializing in anything. They're basically generalists. Is that, and that's causing some problems in their business?
Not problems, not problems per se, but honing their skills as a notary, especially right now. Today we have what is called remote online notarizations. And with remote online notarizations, a client is going to call you to have a document, especially if one is offering remote online notarizations for 24 hours, 7 days. If you're not aligned with a network or community of notaries who can provide that service for you while you are out in the field tending to, let's say, a mobile notary client, then you could prospectively lose that client and lose that business if you're not connected properly with the resource, with the community. What I like and really appreciate and drive for is that notaries build community within themselves, locally, regionally, and then nationwide. And then there becomes international also. But we have to really focus on building communities. There are enough clients out there for each of us, whether in Montgomery County, Philadelphia County, or Delaware County.
I agree
and
with
Tiger,
you.
You have now a perfect plan that is called Sabrina AI, which I think is great and a pivotal tool now for notaries, whereby there can be a notary who is probably working and only does notary part-time. You have Sabrina AI tool, which I think is a great tool for a notary to have in their toolkit.
Me and Tech agree with you 100%. That's why we present it to people every single Wednesday. Hey, if they want to get it, great. If not, there's consequences for every decision. Our whole thing is efficiency. We want to be very efficient with running this notary business. There's a lot of inefficiencies in this. There's a lot of juggling and figuring out and banging your head against the wall, trying to figure things out. Me and Tech went through that. We piecemealed a bunch of apps and software, and it worked, but it wasn't seamless. So then we created Sabrina AI, and now they have this smooth transition where they have the business running itself, and all they have to do is the fulfillment. That's it. Sabrina will even get the money for you. And all you have to do is either go to the appointment or, like you do, commission another notary to go run the appointment. So speaking of appointment, Springfield, New Jersey. You have anybody there?
Yes.
Okay, we got to talk after the show because it's for tomorrow.
Absolutely. Okay.
All right, cool. You see that let
Okay,
me here go another
common...
question. I don't want to take off. You're on next with the next question, but the networking side of things is fascinating for me because a lot of as the culture is moving forward, people are losing that human touch with each other, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
With AI, with, hey, I can order my groceries online, to I can get stuff from Amazon. I don't have to talk to anybody. There's a study that came out that said that more and more, this next generation, I believe it's the millennials, they prefer not to talk to anybody. They don't like using the phone. If they use the phone, they either would rather a voice prompt to take them to where they need to go, or something personalized that, you know, the company already knows about them. They don't want to have to get on the phone and be like, and talk, which is first time in history. So with you being this super connector, how does that work? Like, what I want to know, like, what does that do for you as being the super connect? Because you got to be passionate about that.
I do. Yes.
I don't like people. I don't like people that much. So yeah, you got to be a special person to do that.
You have to be passionate about people. People come in all different sizes
people,
and demeanors, requests that they have or conditions. But I enjoy giving back to my community or any community as much as possible. We do a lot. I do a lot of networking locally, regionally. So what we do at Notary today is that we have networking opportunities. We host a brunch monthly in a few states. We actually just got on board a brunch for Tennessee. So if you're listening out there and you're in Tennessee, Tennessee is hosting their first Notaries brunch coming up on Sunday, September 7th.
That's not the Coffee and Connect, is it?
Huh?
That's not the Coffee and Connect, is it?
No, it's not. It's different. This is where you're going to actually get out of your home. You're going to go meet other notaries in a restaurant. You guys are going to sit and just enjoy each other, authentic relationship with each other. Why? Cool. Because you want to know who is in your area, the notaries who are in your area. Remember, we're not competing. Collaboration is a new currency. You want to be able to collaborate with the other notaries in your area. And what a better way when you have met that person, you guys know what each other does and each other's service area. Well, why is that? What if you get a call in a particular area that you may not service? You can say, oh, I have a notary in this area. May I please connect you with that service? Number one, it's great for your customer service. It lets that customer know that you are connected with others that can provide that service for you. So we host the Notaries branch. The notaries in the particular area is a branch ambassador for that area. She builds those authentic relationships. We promote the event for her, and the people come and they build up from each other. You start from one or two, and it keeps growing and growing and growing. We have a WhatsApp group. I think the last I checked, we had about 160 notaries there. And we are connecting with each other daily. They are in different parts of the U.S. So if you have a job that you can't do, Tiger needs a notary in Springfield. Springfield is not one of my service zip codes, and I have a notary in that area that can service Tiger or any other places in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, anywhere, because of the connections that we've built up. Those are the brunches. Then we have what is called coffee hours on Tuesdays. On Tuesday mornings, we meet for coffee, virtual coffee from 8 to 9 a.m. But this is where we're building relationship and holding each other accountable. When we meet, we share what our plans are for this week, our opportunities, our missed opportunities from last week, and our winnings from last week. So we're building camaraderie with each other, building relationships. Then we have what is called Lunch and Learn on Mondays. This is where we bring in a speaker or a guest, another leader in the area, and we are sharing. Maybe we're discussing a tool. We're discussing Sabrina AI. We're discussing signing an actual power of attorney, how to sign it. That real up close document review that we're doing with each other.
I
We
love
have
it.
we have a number that you can call on a Saturday or Sunday if you're in the field and you need support because the other maybe NNA is closed or Pennsylvania Notary Association is closed. You can call us and we can walk you through that document that you're signing. So these are the different touch points that
Wow.
we offer at Notary today. We also service international clients where we do a lot of apostilles that we trade among each other. So it's a great feeling, and it's a great feeling for me to be able to provide that as a resource for the notaries that come across us in Notary today.
That's wonderful. Like what countries are you interacting with right now?
Right now, we are in Burkina Faso, Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Liberia. We're in Malta. We are in Dubai. We are in St. Kitts and Nevis, Barbados, Antigua and Barbuda, Jamaica, Grenada, and of
Goodness.
course, I said St. Kitts and Nevis. And Canada, of course. We can't forget our friends across the border.
And you know, I've been screaming this at the top of my lungs. I said, notary is global. This isn't a $1 million industry. This is a $1 billion industry.
And Tiger, you know what I find fascinating about notaries?
Mhm.
How we differ from how fortunate we are as notaries here in the United States. In some states, we can just go to our clerk of court's office, submit an application, and become a notary. In some countries, it's not that easy. It's nowhere close.
Yeah.
You have to be a practicing attorney for 5+ years before you can become a notary, and then that requires additional training and additional training and education and an application that you have to go through to become before you can be appointed as a notary. This is something that that's my daughter.
Hey, Katie.
That's my daughter. So you
Shout
have
out to
to.
Katie.
Actually, my daughter became a notary public at 18 years old when it's legal to become a notary here in Pennsylvania. And
That's
she
right.
will go out and get signings and then tell her friends in school that she's actually getting paid to
Get
sign
that
for her
money,
signature.
Katie. Get that money.
That's the Katie who's going to be going to Greece in the fall for the fall semester. She'll be studying in Thessaloniki, Greece.
That's amazing. And we got our girl out there, Natural Jessie out of Queens, New York. Hello. She says, hello, notary family.
Hey, Jessie. Jessie, we welcome you to join us at Notary Today. Hey, and guess what Notary Today has coming up in the fall, Tiger?
What do you got going on?
We have the 4th annual Pennsylvania Conference for Notaries.
Whoop,
That's
whoop.
coming up on Saturday, November 8th.
Hey,
Don't it's a Pennsylvania
I gotta
Conference
put a
for
soundtrack to
Notaries.
that.
Nobody know with that,
It is also open for notaries in the bordering states of Delaware, New Jersey, Maryland, New York, and of course, Connecticut. And we have a special today. If you're out there in those bordering states, you can join us today. Tiger's going to share the link. Join us. The tickets are $95, very reasonable for our conference. We have a great sponsor that works with us. That's the Temple University Ambler campus. So you can attend our conference this year with today's pricing only for $75. If you register, the link is Tiger will post a link, and you can register today right now for $75 and attend the conference. It's a full day of training. One of our special guests today, who's going to be with us, is Miss Elaine Harris out of Maryland. She hosts the Maryland conference for notaries. So she'll be one of our presenters at this year's conference. Also joining us is the Notary Director for Pennsylvania, Julio Pena, and a whole cast of other presenters and leaders in the space. You want to know how to become a wedding officiant, what to have in your bag for your first signing? Join us. You want to know how to do apostilles? Join us. A field inspection? Join us. You want to learn about AI and social media marketing? Join us. All that you're going to get on Saturday, November 8th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for $75 when you register today.
And it should be in the comment section. You guys should be able to hit the link, but I'll also put the link in the description. So if you don't see it immediately, you will see it by the end of today. Definitely, I appreciate that, Teresa, you giving our audience, a discount there. Tech, we're going to come to you, brother. But before we do that, of course, we will be back after these messages.
Opus Clip turns your long-form videos into short clips in one click.
Opus Clip is powered by AI, and it can create 30 clips in 15 minutes and outperform any manual video editing by saving 90% of time and tons of money. Opus Clip is so hot right now, it's like trying to get tickets to a Beyonce concert. So get Opus Clip now. Don't be the person who hears about it later and goes,
"Dang, I should have listened to Tiger Toledo."
Go ahead. Be the cool one in your squad. Try Opus Clip today for free. Just click the link in the description.
Teresa, you made a point a while ago, and I don't know if people caught it. It was very subtle. But you mentioned that when people are out on appointments and they get a call, they can't do it because they're busy with field inspections work, or they're doing their wedding officiants, or their permit running, or they're doing something else, as opposed to what it sounds like they originally started this business, which is notary. You talked about just become efficient at that before you start jumping into all of these other specialties and all these other sections. And what ends up happening,
Yes.
ironically, is that they can't even do the first thing that they originally did because they're too busy adding a bunch of these other services. Why do people do that? And what are the reasons why people they don't even eventually get off the ground or become efficient in being a notary because they're adding all these? What are the reasons why people add all of these different stuff?
I think they do that, Tiger, Tech, because they want to build up their business, so they're looking to adding other streams of income. And to me, that comes down to actually marketing your services. It might be a slow day, but that's a day where you can use to get caught up on emails, following up on some marketing information that you may have out there in the space. It's just a way of actually, and they're running their business. What I find too also is that a lot of notaries in this space, and they're doing the business as opposed to working on their business. They're actually working in their business. And to me, that's a downfall for some of us also as notary public business owners. The tool that you have, Sabrina AI, takes care a lot of that they would need to be doing it when it comes to following up and reaching out and marketing their business.
So I'm a new notary. I'm not getting a lot of notary work. And then I come across some information, some conference or some channel, somebody tells me I need to add more services, and that's going to give me more work. But you're saying that's not true.
No, yes, no, I wouldn't say that. But well, you are a notary. I do some training with new notaries. You are a notary. Does your neighbor know that you're a notary? Does your church members know that you're a notary? Does your school classroom, does the students' classroom parents know that you're a notary? Most times they don't know because we don't share that information. If we share that information and have them be your ambassadors for you, There are many Facebook groups that I'm not a part of. I'm not a part of those groups, but I have people who are in those groups, and they will share with me where someone in that group is looking for a notary. They will bring me that information and share it with me. It's the same thing that you can do as a new notary. Let everyone know that you're a notary. Print up some business cards. You don't have to. You can order business cards from Vistaprint and promote it. Order the business cards and take them everywhere you go. Search Eventbrite. There are many platforms that where you can find events that are happening locally for you and attend these events. We all have a state representative. This is a time now where they are hosting events for their constituents. Call, volunteer your services. Let them know that you're a notary. Go to your library. Some libraries today have notaries. If they don't, tell them you're a notary. You like to offer notary service to their people. Do it for free. Get you to get to. Let me not say. Let me rephrase that.
Free?
Offer the service for them so that they can know that you provide a service and where to come the next time.
Okay, you almost made me choke there, Teresa.
I know, right?
You said free. I'm contagious. I have an allergic reaction to free.
I did you. Complimentary. Hey, look at the big guys. Look at the big guys. When they are launching a product or service, what do they do?
They send out samples.
Everywhere. The same thing we can do. School is coming up. There's going to be parents' night out. Call the school, let them know, hey, I'm a notary, and for parents' night out, can I come and sit there to offer notary services? One document per family. You think the school's going to say no? Especially if they don't have a notary there? You're bonded, you're insured, you have the business insurance. Put yourself out there. I know sometimes we have to look outside the box and be a bit creative in what we do, and that's it. It's going to happen for you.
Let me ask you this, because you talked about, because you have your perspective is so broad, as in you can see what notaries in other parts of the world, how they conduct themselves and what training they've gone through and what gives them the, their spatial capabilities. Let me ask you this: when it comes to the notaries versus abroad versus the notaries who are here domestically, do you get a sense that people here don't really know what a notary truly is?
Some don't. Some don't. We are, in my view, we are service providers. We represent our Secretary of State by being that third impartial witness for our community. So it's a service that we provide to others. Internationally, there are advocates, and then we do things. We have different powers internationally as opposed to in the United States or here in the U.S. And somehow, which is why here the state, our fees are mandated by our Secretary of State, and our fees are very minimal.
Yeah, is that a reason why you think? I get the sense that most notaries don't really know how powerful they really are, and they attach this low level of responsibility when in fact they're, in some cases, they're probably, you could argue that they're more powerful than a judge.
Well, when I first became a notary, someone said to me, you just stamp something. No, we don't just stamp. We don't just sign and stamp. No, we're so much more than that. And there's so much more responsibility are entrusted to us as notaries. Then we just can't go there and sign a document without verifying an ID and authenticating that person and verifying that that person knows what they're signing and they're signing or they do well and they're not being coerced into signing a particular document, be it family or someone else.
Yeah, it's so puzzling to me how somebody could be signing over all of their possessions, all of their capabilities, all of their control, and it's just a stamp.
Yeah, but no, we as notaries have to correct someone when they tell us that, oh, you're just a notary. No, we're not just a notary. we are the last line of defense to fraud. If we don't take care of our responsibility as notaries, there will be so much more fraudulent activities that goes on around us, so much more. But we are there as a stopgap for that as notaries.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's funny because fraud, if for people who just get into this industry, they might be coming from like a full time job where they worked for 30 years, 20 something years, and it may be their very first time stepping out on their own. Like maybe dipping their toes into this pool of entrepreneurship and they're just trying it out. And they may have been in this controlled environment where they've worked in corporate America for so long. Once you step out of that, it's anything goes. If somebody can get away with something, they're going to get away with it. Like they're going to try their best to get out. It's funny because I always think everybody's not like you. Everybody's not professional like you. Everybody's not well spoken like you. Everybody's not intelligent like you. A lot of people. There's a lot of people who fit into other categories who, if they came across the opportunity to steal their grandmother's pension, they would go for it. And if a notary was all that kept them between, accomplishing that, they would try it. So, notaries are very important. A lot of times notaries, they, you know, I just don't see how, I don't see how people can do it for $10. I just don't see it. I think that to me, it
Well,
opens the door for fraud. But when you really charge and I hate to say charge what you're worth because as Tiger knows, you don't get what you're worth, you get what you negotiate. So if you really knew the value of what it is that you offered, I would think that you would find and you understood that internationally, people have to be attorneys. They have to be lawyers in order to do what you do, what you signed up to take a test, 6-hour class and pass an exam. You did, yeah, it may seem like it's insignificant, but it really isn't. And if you understood the complexity of it, then you wouldn't
you
understand.
know what, to Tiger, a lot of it comes down to not Tiger Tech. A lot of it comes down to education,
Yeah.
education and training, and you being confident in what you are doing as a notary. And you won't get that unless you put yourself out there to take advantage of the training that's being offered. In some states, there are no mandated training for you to become a notary. It's up to you, the individual, and how far you want to go in this space to go out there and seek that education and become aware of what's happening. Join the NNA, join your local state notary association, and look for whatever communities within that area. Join it. Go to Notary today. If you're in a particular state, we have all the states that have associations there. We have the NNA there. Be a part of a community that's in the notary space, so you can get that additional training, and so can boost your confidence also, and build your business acclimates.
What do you say to the person who says, I'm not paying for training? There's no way I'm going to pay somebody to train me.
Well, that's up to that individual. Maybe they are self-taught, and maybe they can do things on their own, or attend a Facebook University or YouTube House of Education or YouTube University. There's some people who come into this space with their business arguments. I'm not knocking that at all, but if you don't know, you need to associate yourself with people who can give you that training that you need in your particular state.
Yeah,
Who is
it's
that?
so far.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, people can get.
Natural Jesse has. She says, "I've gotten
Natural
work from
Jesse.
Teresa." Whoop 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 whoop. She says she's gotten some work from you before. Not that you have. What did I say? Now that you have experience with Sabrina, how do you see notaries using Sabrina when outsourcing work like you do?
Get on the platform. Tiger has Tiger, you have a demonstration session on Wednesdays?
Thursdays.
On Thursdays. Okay. So I would invite them to request, or they can request an individual demo through you,
Mm-hmm.
and come on board. We have
Natural,
Tiger.
yeah, Natural
Tiger
Jessie,
has a
she's on Sabrina now. She uses Sabrina for her business.
yeah. Hey Sabrina.ai, and just log on there and request a demo, and the demos are free.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a YouTube channel now that's dedicated solely to Sabrina, in that it's like, yeah, a lot of people don't know about this, so we're actually revealing this for the first time. But it's out there. There's a YouTube channel dedicated straight to Sabrina. It's going to show some examples of what you can do, the type of things that you can do
Okay,
in your notary
that's
business,
awesome.
responding to emails, sending automated text messages, and capturing lead information, and
Hmm.
how to use it to your advantage, because today, with the evolution of technology and how everything's just getting advanced, yeah, it's for somebody who wants to run a notary business, it's it's critical that you keep up with, like you started saying in the intro, which is people, they order their food online now. I don't go to the grocery store anymore. you know I
And I
pay everything
fear,
online. That
and
stuff
and
is
I
all
fear
gotta go
that
to
the
notary
more
business.
we advance in technology, I'm sorry, what was that, Tiger?
Yeah, yeah, no,
No,
this is a part of life now. It's Technology is a part of life, and you
so
can't do things the old way.
right, exactly. And so I would be how do I stress that? It's important for notaries to get a handle on technology, because that's where we're heading now when it comes to remote online notarization. Well, there's always going to be a need for notaries, but at the same time, in order for you to excel in this space and advance, you want to make sure that you're right there along with technology. AI, for instance, what are you doing now to make sure Sabrina AI is will be there with you to take you along on that journey of building and growing your notary business, especially because of the resource that they offer for automated callbacks, automated confirmations. You no longer have to do that on your own.
Teresa, would you say you talk to more new notaries coming into the industry, or existing notaries that's been around for a while?
I would say it's a combination of both. Those who have been notaries, especially those who have been notaries for a while and haven't really done anything in the notary space, but they keep
Mm.
renewing their commission session after session. And of course, the new notaries. But it's a combination of three: experienced, new notaries, and those who have been in it for a while to get to re educate themselves into the notary space.
Yeah, because the reason why I was asking is because we get a lot of new notaries that are coming into the industry, and then, like you said, there are some notaries that had their commission for a while, but they haven't done anything with it, which I would put them in the same category as a new notary, because
Hmm.
you never done any notarizations or went on the field. What three things that could you direct them to do, to help them get the money?
One, when you get your commission, let everyone know that you are a notary. Talk to go to your library in town. If you go to church, let your church community know that you're a notary. Let every and anybody know that you're a notary and that you're available for notarizations. Number two, familiarize yourself with the documents, but especially you can go to your county courthouse, to your county websites. They have documents there that one can download, and you will see, familiarize yourself with those documents. Print them. You can go to the library and get them printed, and you can see what it's like to notarize the documents. And always be available when the phone rings,
Mm.
and answer the phone. Because the moment you don't answer the phone, they move on to the next person, and then you would lose that business. One, let everyone know that you're a notary public. Two, familiarize yourself with the documents. And three, answer your phone at every call. Sometimes it might say scam call. You don't know that. Answer your phone, because that can be your next top client beyond that phone call.
That's true. I've answered a scam call before, and it was actually a notary client.
Yes. Hey, Tiger, I was in the shower one day and I got a phone call. I missed the phone call. I
Mhm.
happened to call it back right away. You know who was on the other line?
Who?
Still my client today, Patty LaBelle.
Yeah, you know that I don't know how they detect what is scam, what is not scam, but they are wrong sometimes. I will say that.
Yes. But you won't now listen, answer the phone. Answer
That's
the
true.
phone.
All
Answer
of
Tech,
my
the
what would
calls
phone.
say scam call.
Tech, what would be your top three if somebody was just getting started in the game? What would be your top three things that they can do over this weekend to get to the money, man?
Yeah, that's a difficult question, man. To me, I, yeah, I, I think Teresa's list was pretty good. Actually, I think it's pretty spot on. I would say find somebody who is going in the direction you want to go, and not two or three or four people, just one person. Follow that
Mhm.
person, and then I would say, I would say learning. Put it this way. Somebody hit me in my. I was coming out of a. I was at a baseball game. I was in the parking lot. I'm returning to my car. Guy walks up to me and he says, "Hey man, is this your car?" I go, "Yeah." And the reason why he said it because he bumped into my car, so I got this big dent on my bumper, and um, I'm looking, and everything's okay, everybody's okay, but I'm looking for body repair shop now, so we're gonna get my car fixed, and yeah, you would think body repair shops, collision shop, they're everywhere. You see them everywhere. However, my number two would be this: I would study how other industries collect leads. Here's my point. I called three collision repair shops. The first one I called, they had an automated, like you were saying, Tiger, millennials don't want to talk to nobody, or at least have the option to. But I was able to upload photos of the vehicle, upload the VIN number, upload the make and model, and then they spit out a a quote or an estimate. And
Mhm.
then I was able to get a text message back to my phone 11 minutes tops. Like I walk out to the car, take photos, come back in the car, enter my email address, phone number, boom. And they email me a detailed estimate. I would study other industries and how they acquire clients. The last one I would do is phone etiquette. So same scenario. Actually, the car that I do drive, I bought it from Carvana. All right. Where you can literally sell your car online and then buy the car online. That's how I traded my old car and bought the new one without even leaving my house. Crazy. They dropped the
Yeah.
car off and everything. And when I called them, when I was interacting with Carvana, they was giving me, writing out a check, and I was telling them all about the details. The customer service was through the roof. I've two companies have the best customer service I've ever. American Express and Carvana, best customer service I've ever experienced. But I studied them. I was listening to how she was responding, how she was saying my name, and how her tone of voice. I would study other businesses, other industries. How do they engage with customers? And I would inject that into my notary business, so that when somebody calls me and I'm jumping out the shower, right, it doesn't sound like I'm jumping out the shower. It sounds like you're calling a professional Fortune 500 company.
Yes. And
Long
and you
story.
know what? And when it comes to notaries, how do we collect client data? If you don't have a well what should I say, a website designed to collect client data, how do you as a notary build up your database for clients? Number one, issue receipts. Doesn't matter if it's a $5 receipt. Issue receipt digitally. This way, you have to get their email address to send them their receipts.
Yeah.
Start building it up so that the holidays come around. It's going back to school now. Send them a tidbit of what's happening in the notary space. What happened to, in the importance of shredding documents. Share these tidbits with your client base. It helps them know that, hey, you're a notary. The next time they need a notary, they'll just go to their email and they'll reach out to you. Always stay engaged. they're not always, most times a client may only need a notary once or twice, but at the same time, they know people who would need a notary, and you want to be that go-to notary for them.
That's right. You have a checklist, don't you? Like an action list that we can share with the audience.
Yes, we do have a 30-day action plan that one can take of how you can start building community for your notary business as a client, or building community with other notaries within your space. If you would like to get that action plan, put in the comments action plan, and we'll get that out to you. We'll get the link to Tiger and you can have access to.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So this is a great show. We're reaching to the top of the hour right now. Is there any last words from you, Teresa, that you would like to share with the audience? Because you've given out so much value. You're giving out discounts to the conference. And ladies and gentlemen, again, she has a conference coming up. Let me bring that up. And, she's also given us a power list.
I see Natural Jesse. Natural Jesse, we have to connect. Yes, so we have the conference that's coming up in November. But before the conference, we have a ton of networking events and other events for you to come out and meet other notaries. Go to our website, which is at notarytoday.org/events, and you'll see the listing of our events that are coming up, both locally and regionally, where you can join in. Especially come to our coffee hour on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday morning, you don't have to leave home. You don't even have to have coffee. You can have your beverage of choice. We won't know if you're drinking beer, wine, or water. But just join us for coffee on Tuesday mornings. Join us for a lunch to learn on Mondays from 11 to 12. And then we have coming up of this Sunday, we have Notary Strong, whereby we're meeting and connecting with notaries regionally. I'm not sure which one is coming up on Wednesday, but visit our events page and you'll see and connect with most of these events are free. You can register online. Tiger, I'd like to thank you so much for having me here today. I really appreciate it.
Oh no, we're gonna have you on here before before the conference too. So this won't be your last visit to the show.
Oh, okay. No, I'm letting you know it won't be.
Tech, any final words, brother?
No, that's it. I like Natural Jesse made a comment in case you guys didn't see. She said, learn how to notarize properly according to your laws, learn your market needs, and get a system to automate. Yeah, listen, guys. What notaries, for the most part, is very straightforward. It's really just one thing. And then how do you actually get clients? Right, here you go. Confidence comes from learning how to notarize properly. Right. And then the market needs, that's your clients. How do you get people to, like, what are people looking for? You live near a lot of immigrants? You live near a lot of elderly people? You live near a lot of hospitals? Like, what's in your area? And then you need a system to automate it. If it's you doing everything, it's impossible. It's impossible for you to run the business if you do everything. You need automation. If you have any automation, then I don't know. You might as well cut yourself. I don't know. Who knows?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, please utilize some of these resources. Notarytoday.org. That's notarytoday.org. Visit that site. It has so many resources, has a hotline. They have a conference coming up in November. There's a lot of resources there. If you're looking for a great community, I've met some of the community members of Notary Today, and they're fantastic. So these are people that are sharing information. You want to go from a single man show to having an agency, get in the right rooms. Get in the right rooms where people are not selfish. They see things in abundance and they can help you out because they know that you're not taking anything off their plate. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, peace, love, and happiness and money. And we will see you next show. Peace.
Peace.
And stick around, Teresa, so we can plug you into this notary out in New Jersey.
As a business owner, you're juggling a lot.
and managing phone calls can quickly become overwhelming.
That's where Sabrina, the AI voice automation that turns calls into clients, comes in. Imagine having a reliable 24/7 assistant that never misses a call, handles routine questions, schedules appointments, and directs important calls to the right people, all without needing a human touch.
This frees up your team's time to focus on what really matters, saves you money, and ensures every customer gets a consistent, professional experience. It's like having an extra set of hands, so you can focus on growing your business, not just managing calls.
Scan the QR code to book your free demo today.